in today's class. And today we are going to discuss about the origin and development of society. This, in my own view, is the starting point of nation states. The countries, nations, whether they are being led by democracy, or autocracy, or monarchy. So we are going to go through the usual and starting point of human society. And we're going to debate and talk about it as we link it to the current state. So, you're welcome, those who are around. Come on in so that we can start the class. The class is currently online. Okay, so we are starting. Yes, Mr. Sinemerim, the comment is wonderful. Learning never ends. Okay, so I would like to start the class. So welcome everybody. So I'm about to start the class, and this class is on peace and governance. And today we are trying to debate and talk about origin and development of society. So we are going to go through the stages. And of course, we are reminded of the fact that when we talk about states and we talk about countries, when we talk about nations, it started somewhere, ever before the convention and the conferences that may have led to different countries having their own autonomy and then their own state. So let's go. Today is origin and development of states, and I believe that some of us, we learned it in the secondary school or in the primary school. And today, right now, I would like you to give me some kind of understanding and some kind of explanations you may have or you would like to add to the topic of today. So look at it here. We have the first stage. First stage, normally called Stone Age. Second stage, hunting and get together of the society. Third stage, agricultural society. Fourth stage, industrial society. Fifth stage, today and modern society. I think we're supposed to have 6 stages of internet where everything is not determined online. Okay, now let's hear from you. Let me start from Smith. What have you to tell us about first stage? Is someone who is holding the... Can you tell us your understanding of first stage of human society? Do you have the idea or not?
Let me just give the idea that I have. Based on the topic, the origin or development of society is based on the understanding of human society, the changes and the development over time. Based on the first stage, for example, if a child is born, the child will first learn how to eat, and the child will learn how to sit down. After sitting down, the child will learn how to crawl. After crawling, the child will learn how to walk. After walking, the child will learn how to talk. So these are the stages. They call it Stone Age. It's not an easy stage to learn how to
You
sit
see
down.
how you see your analysis now, how a child, when a child was born, and how he was sucking milk
Yeah.
and then crawling. Can you see now? Can you connect it with the state, countries, nations?
Okay.
Remember last time we talked about political development. Today we are talking about a state and development of human society. Were you thinking that before, that the world is just like the way it is partitioned now, the way it's answered, like Liberia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Kenya, Afghanistan? Do you think in olden days, in this stage, it was like that? If no, why?
During the olden days, I can remember in the 80s, life was different. We had our culture. We used to value our culture. And we had normal life at that time. No war. Things were cheaper. Life was not expensive to compare to now. And at that time, the war was not like technology. We didn't have no idea.
There was no, the war was not there in relation to technology, but, but the war was there.
Yeah, the war was there.
Because that's my own view. That is where the war even started. Brutality, inhuman killings here and there.
Yeah, human were killing at that time.
Today we are talking about America, but we have not taken time to study the atrocities committed in America in terms of killings and ever before they got their independence.
Yeah, there were so many battles back then. Okay,
so thank you for. I just want you to link the crowing you are talking about as a child in the relation to state.
Okay, the crowing is like, because the child will also need your support to learn how to crawl. So if you see Africa, we always look at big brothers like the UK, America. We depend on them to survive, to make life, to learn new things.
So in other words, Africans have not grown. They are still in a childhood level. Is that what you're saying?
They are grown, but it can't be compared to the Western.
Why? Because it's the same independence most of the countries had.
Yeah, but if you look at, let me just put it in a way. If you look at black people, if you look at white people have wisdom. Black people, we are still crawling behind knowledge.
Why?
Because we don't have vision. If you have vision, you always look at the wisdom.
So how do we get the vision?
To get the vision, we need to learn from the people who have the vision. Yes.
Are you saying that Africa is inferior, that Westerners are superior? Is that what they're saying?
Yes, they are.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
Because we are behind them.
Why are we behind them?
We are lacking many things.
As a person now, are you behind them?
Yes, we are behind them.
Why?
If you look at Africa, the left we are living.
If we place you now, bring in a Western person and you are there, how can you prove that you're behind them in the individual way?
Okay. On the note of culture, I have culture than them. But on the line of the standard living, they are far. Education, they are far.
Why?
Because their great grands fought for them to make them.
Are you saying that our own did not fight for us?
No.
They didn't fight?
No, they didn't fight.
Are you sure it's not you and I that did not fight because they fought during their time?
What? I'm not seeing the word.
That is why you left. You left something, because the kind of things that they experienced, the challenges they faced. If you and I, the one we're facing today, we're not even handling it. The way we go to Facebook insulting ourselves, go to social media insulting, social media is a means to bring each other down. I don't think our parents did like that. They are stronger, they are focused, they are centralized. Just that what came to them is almost heavier than expected, but they were still very strong. And that is why you and I, we can still link into something they left. But the way you and I are moving today in terms of worshipping social media tenets that were provided by the same Western, I don't think we'll be left with nothing in 50 or 100 years to come.
But what we are doing now, we learn it from our great parents.
Which means they did
like
something
hating
good.
each other. They did it.
Which means they did something good.
To hate each, to hate each
Who told you
other?
They hated each other?
Yes. Okay, example, the war that happened in Liberia.
Liberia. This just
14 years.
Just in 1990 what?
1990.
1990 is still part of this generation. It's just still modern generation. That is still modern generation. We are talking about, don't forget, we're talking about first stage, and that is the Stone Age.
Yeah, that's why I want you to understand when I talk about hating, we learn it from them. The reason
but I wouldn't agree with you because I'm also an African. I don't think hatred came from that part.
Okay, then why Liberia fought 14 years ago?
Liberia just 1990. There is not in the first stage. There is no Stone Age.
Okay, they are not in the first stage, but then they used to fight. Somehow.
They used to fight, but then I don't think it's the kind of fighting we are experiencing today and the way it is being done today. They have their own different world as at the time. But what I'm trying to say that if you keep blaming them, while they themselves, in my own view, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I'm just trying to analyze from my own point of view that if we keep blaming them, nothing will be left. And then, but today, the kind of rush our mindset, you and I, our mindset today is not the kind of mindset. In my age, I still met the elderly people that would bring money in our village. Nobody will pay attention to that money unless if they are sure where the money is coming from. This is I met that one as a child. It's not a thing of coming with a car, coming with the best of clothes, or coming with all these luxurious things. No, in my village, you will be what do you call it? Excommunicated. You will be ostracized. Okay? I hope I'm getting this. They call it the grammar. You will be automatically left because they will be scared. The people will be scared of you that you just came in a village with a car when they don't know what the work we are doing to get it. But nowadays, you and I are no longer following that standard, that cultural behavioral pattern in terms of affluency. So how can you not say that in the people that left this kind of moral standard for us, they failed?
Yeah, they left the moral standard for us, but as time goes by, things change.
And then that is why I'm saying that change for me is you and I that are adopting pseudo lifestyle.
Yeah, because the new generation we are different from the past. Because if you look at what the Bible said the new generation will serve idol. It's in the Bible, they will serve idol. It's happening now. Many you see young children doing all kinds of evil.
Actually, I understand your point. I just want you to be aware of the fact that at this stage, I wouldn't blame them. I would rather blame you and I today of adopting lifestyle that are not acceptable at this stage. But that is also our own time. I agree with that. But where I disagree is the point is that we still have the responsibility to hold on to our heritage without destroying every other thing that is around us. Anyway, let's go to another person. So can you give Dixon to assist us in this this stage?
So if I got the question correctly, the topic today is origin and development of society. So the two keywords for me here is origin. Okay, the keywords here is origin, development, and society. Now, origin refers to the beginning. Development have to do with the transition, and society can simply be referred to as a group of people residing or sharing common value and reside within a community or geographical area. So, having said that, from origin being the beginning, development being the transition stages, and society itself, that is the main subject. That is a group of people living together. So, trying to elucidate on this now, we have to hold on development itself. After the origin, that's the beginning, which actually were not there. But according to sources and literatures, this is like talking about the origin, the beginning of man and how man have thrived from the old days, Stone Age, naked stage, till this modern day, and to this day of Gen Z, and going forward to cyber stage, maybe cyber society, eventually global society. So from the beginning, man, we're told, was a wanderer and farmer and surviving. Then with time, following thriving for survival and moving around, settled to survive, produced, and then in still that survival, developed a society. The society grew. Then over time, man have to improve from the crude ways of living to industrial stage, then to this modern stage, mechanization. That's on the side of survival alone. Then the other side of the survival for man development, or the origin of societal development, this survival now led to struggles that at a time, there were points of discourse between people before us. There were time for bow and arrow fighting and war. But these days, we are already in the cyber stage and computer age where we don't pray to get there. We're talking about nuclear weapons. And that's the stage we are now. So man has developed from the beginning, surviving till this stage. Then in governance, as survival of man, as man keep thriving to survive, competition came in, and then there were disputes and a lot of things, including war. It got to a point, the society decided to organize themselves. And then there were government, although there have been government before now, but now there is general rules, not just the household rules for father, mother, children, community head. General rules came. Then down to modern day, we have the UN. We have international organizations having overlapping general adaptation to what we could call fundamental human rights and international legal frameworks to govern how man should exist. So man have evolved, then the society evolved alongside. So this is where I will leave it for the origin and development of the society. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Chelsea.
Okay, in my view or my understanding of the first stage up to the sixth stage that we have today, I'm going to use the Charles Darwin theory of evolution and natural selection. So in the Stone Age, according to Darwin, we came from Homo sapiens sapiens to Homo erectus to Homo, all that. And man was growing based on the surrounding, the natural selection, survival for the fittest. Then we came up with fire and iron tools. Now, each stage from the Stone Age, our mental capacity was very little. That's why we could only do minor chores, make a fire, make food, eat, go to sleep, make children, like that. So as time has passed, because the same way we grew from Homo sapiens to what we have today, the same way our mental capacity is also growing. And with our mental capacity growing, we have hunting stage, whereby people started being a little bit semi-settled, building shacks, caves, living in the caves. Then you go to the third stage, which is the agrarian revolution. People started now planting, doing a little business here and there. Then you have the industrial revolution. So with every stage that man develops something new, comes a new society of it. Then we have the modern world that we have today, and in future we'll have the internet world or tech world, the AI. That will be a whole new stage, and it's all because of the development of our mental capacity. So because of that, I think we've come a long way. We've come a long way from just making fire to now people making computers talk and think. So I think it goes well with Darwin's theory of evolution. Man evolves, so does the mind, so does society. Yes.
Wonderful. So, Collins.
What do you think of these stages?
Okay. Looking at it, the origin of man, he started, from my own understanding, man started, I think man develops from what happens around him. Because starting from the origin, how when the existence of man, there was nothing he could use, but growing to the modern development and to the modern world now, a lot of things have come to make man understand that he needs to develop his environment. That leading to so many modern growth. Looking at the agricultural society, back then, man or human being uses hoe and cutlass to farm, and other manual, making it hard for them. But to the modern society now, I think things have come to grow, like mechanized farming. Now you can see tractors and other machines that are being used. So I think the society have come a long way, and man have tried in his own capacity to see that the environment is suitable for living. Thank you.
Okay, Shedu.
Well, well, I would say first stage in origin and development of society. I would say that the first stage is when is the starting point of human social structure, when civilization has not taken place. The time when there was no, for example, when there was no electricity, infrastructures, and Western education. Yeah, yes, Western education. But at the moment, yes, but at the moment, the civilization has taken place. The this is like Smith said that using child births as an example, like child growth is do evolve like from birth, sitting, crawling, standing, talking, and so on and so forth. So comparing it to this stage, I would say that the evolution has taken place in the evolution has taken place regarding the Western education, the electricity that was not there then, and infrastructures. Thank you.
Okay, Emmanuel Ngozi.
Okay, good evening, everyone. In my own understanding on this topic, I will explain the way I understood it, relating it to the state's development. Last week, we talked about political development, and this political development has to do with the way politics got developed. So when we look at this topic, we also think the way a state or a society got developed. We don't just meet this word the way we are seeing it today. It has a very stage which our forefathers, they started on the first stage before formulating a country or a nation. So this stage, the first started on stage 1. So what happened on this stage 1, named as a Stone Age? Yeah, when they came into the world, there was nothing on the world. The world, in fact, they just came into the world and never know anything about the world. But they were still surviving with all this, maybe the minor agricultural, this thing they had during their time. So that was first stage. Then they matured to the second stage, which is hunting and getting together the society. So on a stage, for example, if you are forming a state, after the first stage, then the second stage being getting together of people who can build a state, getting your people together, because many people were being scattered in different places. So for you to create a nation, you have to bring them together, then ionize an idea on how to create the third stage, which is under development. So you get your people together, you brainstorm, then go to the third stage. How are we going to survive first in terms of stomach infrastructure? Then you go to agriculture. Oh, I think these agricultural products here, or these things we are seeing, I think it can make up a food. Then they invest much, did a search on this third stage and found out that whatever we are doing today or we are alive today based on agriculture. They invest more in agriculture, being number third stage. Before, when they were able to actualize this, they now step into the fourth stage, which is area of industrial society. Then this industrial society, oh, I think we have conquered food. Then what target do we need? Oh, I think we need something like we need to produce all this agriculture to make it to be a finished goods. Then they begin to practice or think about how to put industry together. Then on that stage, they worked on that and naturalized that. Then before getting to the final stage, which is the society where we are today. After achieving industry, then they think about technology, other things that we facilitate life to be more easy, which is on the 5th stage we are today. So that's my own understanding. Thank you.
It's mine. Okay, so there are like human history, we can call it, is like the beginning of the human on this earth. So the first was Stone Age. From where we began, there was nothing, just like a land, have nothing there. It's like the very first stage. We cannot, no one can believe, because in my belief, like there's many belief of many people, but in my religion belief, it's like it started the life like from two people, Adam and Eve. So it started from there. They had no idea, because this world is not for a human basically. So they had no idea what to do with it. So they have a guidance as a creator who is create them. So they have a guidance for them how to live in this world. So that was very basic age. From there, like there was no language, no clothes, food. They have no thought of food like how we have today or we had before. So the Stone Age, basically, even there was like one language maybe started, and then slowly this developing and coming to the next stage is hunting and get together of the society. So at Stone Age, like second was like they started to hunting things like animals, or they have some vegetables, or they just find something which suits them to eat. So they made their foods to continue with it. So at that time, people in the small gathering, they used to live, very small gathering. There was a society like 4 or 5 people. So at that time was the biggest achievement that, I mean, like there was like very, very far, like there was no much houses or people, just very, the society used to be like few people, and there was no land, no property, no cars, nothing. They was just like leave to leave and it like find something to eat. And then they moved to the third stage where they found out like some agriculture society. So the human develop by their thinking, by their lifestyle, by their way of life, what they have to bring, all these like human develop all these stage. It's didn't come anything like natural. It's all our effort. So the third stage is become like agriculture society. So the food was a bit more increased, like maybe like before it, if it was like dates or some limited vegetable and fruits back then. So people made it like hybrid. So there's like now more food and fruits. And then next stage, fourth stage is like jump to the industrial stage, which is starting of the real things in this world. So the fourth stage is industrial stage. So that was the stage where human are more active. They are more, they have more desires. There's more, a lot of things come up now, like even in the food you can see, if you go to any store, 7-Eleven, you can find like thousand of same biscuits, same brand, industrial, like all industry, like everything same. Like in Stone Age and those third age, if you compare to now, the society is totally different. At that time was limited things, very limited. People used to be happy. But now with this industrial society, people are crazy about money. They are just like they have a lot of dreams, a lot of wishes, like to buy a lot of things, like which is not really important that much, but it's like a wish is coming up. So now we are in the fifth stage, which is very, very dangerous, and it's modern society. And this is literally totally, it's like as a technology era. So like in the next, okay, we are in this stage, maybe within this till 30, we don't know how many technology will be introduced to the world, and so many things getting changed. Imagine like before in 1995, I remember 96, I didn't know about mobile phone. I get to know about mobile phone in 2002, and someone bought it. It was a big thing, like, oh, someone bought mobile phone. It was the 3310 Nokia. I remember, like, we used to proud my cousin, my relative have mobile phone. And look at this stage now, how this is the human development, how human desire is according, like, compared to their lifestyle, what they want to, everything is developed by human, nothing is natural. So human is like always finding a way to make better society for them, more easy, more convenient. But of course, it has like both side advantage and disadvantage, and that is different who live how. But yeah, it's like if you compare first Stone Age to the modern society, this is very big gap, but in very short time. Because in 1995, I remember the things. It was so easy, simple. Everything was so simple. Maybe in my country was simple. Maybe we are like third world country, that's why it's simple. But it's like so happy life. There was nothing. But when we enter to the new modern era, this is all weapons, technology, war, fighting. Actually, if you start from the Stone Age, from there humans started. This killing till now, it didn't end. And it will be continue till the world is running. So this thing is never ends. And that's the people. We are the people. We are making society. So everyone making according to them. In my understanding, like a person should think in himself to correct himself in many ways. When he become better, I think the society surrounding by him, it will be automatically getting better by the time you're having like a good gathering of people. So everyone can make their society by themselves. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Emmanuel Sobto.
Good day, guys. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Emmanuel Obi is not today, so we're all looking tired.
That was it. That was a time when I used to think Israel was in heaven. Like I didn't. The story came off as though it's not on earth. That was a time where skyscrapers didn't seem real. I mean, today we wake up, we see skyscrapers everywhere, beautiful houses. Nowadays, you can fly from one continent to the other in a matter of hours. All of this didn't exist in the past. From my little words I could share about this topic today, I will start with the fact that there was a time in the hunting age where the early humans only lived as nomads. There were no houses. People are scattered all over the places, and then they hunt to survive, to eat. But then the exciting thing about this development is the fact that each stage brought about a very significant shift in the society. We moved from hunting age to the agricultural age, where development started coming, the formation of cities and communities where people can live and also find food to eat came about. Industrial stage came again, and that shifted us even further into modernization, I'd say, like the fact that we can now, you can speak with people in other continents, in other places with just a telephone. So it just keep going and going. And today we're in the modern society where it looks like we are there. Everything is at our core. You know, you have dishwashers in your homes, you have robots to help you do some work. We now work remotely today. So in essence, I would just say that I'm just curious for what is next, what the next stage would be. All right, thank you.
Well, we are curious of what next. What do you mean by next?
What I mean is, would there be a time where we can fly? Sorry, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Okay, so that is wonderful. By the way, how do you compare this age and today's age in terms of not lifestyle, but in terms of quality of life, trust, and honesty and sincerity?
Well, nowadays we have more channels to distribute both truth and lies. I mean, in the past, situations can hang around a certain place without moving. We don't have telephone, we don't have WhatsApp and Facebook. But today, even if someone you trust could unknowingly slip away information that could cost your trust for them because they have access to communications unlimited. So I think there is major difference. The world is digital now, it's global. You can trust someone in Thailand, but you cannot trust them in USA. I mean, you trust someone here, but you do not know what exactly he has, done all the way from here somewhere else. So I feel like it's just small and easier for you not to really trust someone, unlike in the past.
Okay. So, from your point of view, that then, because of limited gadgets in communication, is easier for people of those times to trust themselves, and easier for them to be trustworthy as well. But then in our time, is not, because a lot of things could happen, because it is possible to spread information with whichever gadget. Who agree with this? I don't know if you guys are what you're saying in terms of trust. In this stage and whatever, even from this stage until the fourth stage, do you think trust today is better than then?
No, back then.
Can you be on the mic so that we, if it is no, why?
Okay. But then, you could trust anybody, but now you cannot trust anybody. Those days, life was so cheap, and life was not that kind of competition compared to now. Yeah, you could trust your wife, you could trust your children, your brothers, your sisters, almost everybody. But now life is like competition now in the modern life. Everybody want to be more than you. Then if I want to be more than you, someone want to be more than me. So the life right now, you cannot easily find trust.
So among us here, you don't trust anybody and anybody doesn't trust you. Is that what you're saying? Or you don't trust me, I don't trust you, and there's no need for that. Is that what you're saying? Can you clarify?
Yeah.
Because we are still living together, we are still talking together, we are still sharing together, we are still, after this class, we go and eat together, stuff like that. So if we say we don't trust, then where are we heading to? And then why is it so?
Yeah, if you talk about trust, I think we should be talking about the level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I say I trust you, I have level.
So you trust me at least 10%, or
your hand like that, maybe
in the scale of 100.
10 or 20 like that.
In the scale of 100.
Yeah, no. You see? So when we talk about trust, I think we should look at the level.
Actually, let me remember what I used to tell students, and when I think you were in the class, I don't know whether I said it, that I don't know whether it's a trust problem or not, but I know fairly correctly that when a student comes to my class, I mean, administratively, if I'm in my office and I start documenting someone, I give 90% chances that this documentation and this story with me, between me and this person might turn out to be negative. Mm-hmm. Then I reserve 10% for in case if it's positive. And this is not a correct yardstick, but I've used it and it has actually assisted me a lot. That when you come to my office, maybe for admission or maybe for visa related things, of course, I try to make sure that I position and imagine a scenario in which this conversation or this transaction, this administrative work may likely end up in fighting, or may likely end up in gossiping, or may likely end up in twisting the story. So I put it, that experience had made me to put in 90% negative, 10% positive. In my own view, I may be wrong, but imagine if it turns out to be 90% negative, as always be in most cases, because of struggle we are in and because of hustling or whatever. I think when it happens, I found myself better off than when I considered 90% positive and then 10% negative. I think one may like, not necessarily me, one may likely suffer from hypertension. Is it high blood pressure, right? Or may just found himself or herself in a very big depression. So that is why sometimes it may not be the best yardstick, but it has always been my statistic and it has always been helpful. I'm just trying to use that to put in place what you're saying in relation to trust, that you may trust 10% in the scale of 100, maybe you're even better than myself. So we are still on the point of trust, the olden days and now.
You cannot compare.
Okay, so mic to someone else. Thank you.
I would say that in that first stage, there is 100% trust among them, because
Among them,
yes,
can you
then-
tell us why you think so?
That's all, because they were not exposed. They are just living happily at the level they are at that moment. But in the modern society today, you can't even trust. You can't even trust yourself. Not to talk of your brother or maybe
This is
someone
complicated.
close to you, because they will betray you. There is a lot of competitions, and this competition causes greedy. That bring a lot of issues that even someone can buy your brother to kill you because of the greediness, because of the competition that is in our modern society today. So I would say that then there is 100% trust, 100% trust than today's modern society.
Okay, Collins, do you have anything to add?
I disagree. Why I disagree is because back then, a lot of
What are you
things-
disagreeing?
I disagree that trust, there's a lot of trust now than then in this modern society.
Wow.
Because why I said so, then a lot of things were done in ignorance. Don't forget, brothers sold their brothers' kids for slave trade. There was no trust. They were just acting on what they see, how it happens. But now you can trust somebody. You can do business with somebody in America without seeing the person. It's on trust.
And the person brings you the money, brings you the
It
interest, brings
happens,
you everything.
everything. It has happened to me.
Wow, this is wonderful.
It has
Please
happened.
connect me with the person.
Yes. So I'm trying to say now, because I will say it in Igbo dialect. As an idea,
Mhm.
I think this modern society is better, and it's conducive and okay for the people living in it. So I think there's a lot of trust now than then. Thank you.
Okay. Any other person, anything to add? Anybody, anything to add?
Okay. In my own contribution, I think I have to concur on what my distinguished colleague said.
Who is that? Who is the distinguished? Okay.
Said.
Which distinguished?
Chinedu.
Why?
Professor Chinedu. On the first stage, I think there were a lot of trust during their stage, because during that period, they were not thinking about anything. We had no much technology then. Everybody was living happily, peacefully, and there was nothing to bother. So after the stage, then we come to this century we are. We have many technology, we have many things we are bothering us, and all these things murdered the trust and togetherness of someone because of the quest to get what you don't have. Seeing other people achieving those things, for example, me here, seeing other people driving private jets, I still have the quest that I want to drive my own private jet.
Wow.
Then having this mindset, I will do anything possible to make money. I don't care whether I kill people or whether I sell someone or I commit anything just to make money. So with that, there murders the trust we have in human being, not just on that aspect, but politically. Today, the issue of politics, you don't trust, we all know that we don't trust politicians. So it's also part of the trust that maybe your opposition, your party member today can turn to be an opposition tomorrow. So what you are discussing with your party member, with hope, oh, this is my party member, then I have to do what? Give him every details or every strategy I need to win this election. Then tomorrow he can turn to opposition and use that against you. So with that only, you also should know that no more trust. Trust have been murdered, especially in today's century, which was not like that in the olden days, because all these things we are experiencing today, we are not experiencing it. They only just they eat, live happily, naked, no popochoki. They were just living their life. So, but today, things we see today have made us to get desire to have more wealth. Then on that desire to have more wealth, we try to do everything possible to have it. Whether we kill somebody, we cheat people, we do this, all we want is let us have that thing. So with that, it have reshaped our psychological system, which our people no more trust, or even you also. If you are a cheat, because I know that maybe I can cheat you, then I will not have trust on you, because if I can cheat, another person also can cheat. So no more trust on that. So what I'm doing, I believe that other people also are doing it, which also felicitates in murdering the trust in human being. Thank you. Maybe we are on the internet, so maybe after class.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. A society is a group of people involved in the persistent social interaction. The human and civilization reveal that the human condition and way of life they live is more or less like that of animals in the prehistorical time. The origin of society is an important topic with evolutionary biology, anthropology, and prehistory. So, we are talking about society. Just remember that this is where we started and then where the idea of states started, the idea of countries, the idea of nations. I would like to ask you one after the other. Do you think, can you tell us where you think we were before your country was named? Here we have Nigeria, we have Afghanistan, we have Kenya, we have Liberia. So which kind of society was it before it was named? Emmanuel, do you have anything to say? Because we're talking about society. Say it's a group of people involved in the persistent social interaction. Which kind of social interaction were you? Can you say Nigeria we are? Nigerians we are at the time? Because the name Nigeria didn't come with it, right?
Yeah.
It came from somewhere. So how about before that name, Nigeria? The name Nigeria, where is it coming from? Can you tell us what the people, the society, what the society was like before the name came? Can you imagine? Can you tell us? Emmanuel Obi? Emmanuel Ngozi. No idea? How about you, Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Because the name Afghanistan was just given. But there are some people were living there prior to the name.
Yeah, they used to call Khorasan.
Khorasan.
Yeah. It was Persian Empire before, which is Iran. So with Iran, this land is called Khorasan, which is include Afghanistan and Pakistan now. So it was named like that, and later on they changed the name to.
And they changed the name. So some people were there before, living their normal life.
Yeah.
Ever before the name Afghanistan came into it.
It was not Afghanistan before.
Okay. Emmanuel Somto. Can you imagine the state Nigeria was before? We're thinking they say it is they're all together one country, or the kind of society we were in before?
Well, all I know is before it was named Nigeria, it was headed by the British Empire. So I think the country or the place has been existing as a society for the longest, even before the name. So just that it was not an independent country. And I know before it became Nigeria, it has the northern and the southern something headed by the British Empire. So I believe it was still just like, what's that place out of China, Taiwan right now. I feel like Nigeria was okay existing. We had our own leaders as well, but we just not called Nigeria or have a president prior to then. Yeah.
Okay, Collins, what have you to say? You were born, you found yourself being named Nigerian. So does it mean that before then there was no society there?
There was a society, but it was being managed by the British colonies. The wife.
The class don't start.
I think before the amalgamation in 1914 by Lord Lugard, it was the wife that gave the name Nigeria. So I think there was a society, but it was controlled by the British.
So was there a society there before?
Yes. Yes, there was a society.
What were they like?
There wasn't a name, but the name, from what we were taught, I think it was from River Niger, River Benue. We were taught history in school, in primary school and all that. So
but are you proud of being answering Nigeria when it was named by someone else that's not even from that place?
That is what I'm saying. We are not proud of it.
You and who?
Me personally, I'm not.
Okay.
So I think the society was being
So
controlled.
if you're not proud of the name given to you by whoever that gave it to you as a Nigerian and you're comfortable answering it, which effort are you making to stop answering it?
That is why we are here to learn more and know more.
But your name is Collins, right?
Sir?
But your name is Collins.
Yes, sir.
But you're answering Collins. Well, who is Collins?
It's me.
Who is Collins? Who gave you the name Collins?
My father, not British.
Your father. Then, but the name Collins is not from your society.
That's what I'm saying. Because of the colony. So we just have to.
And then you are still answering it, and you're very proud answering Collins, but you're not very proud answering Nigeria.
What to do now? So,
Huh? Any further comment?
I go here.
Okay.
For my country, Kenya didn't have a name. The people who lived in Kenya were they called it different names based on different ethnic
Then
groups.
where is the word Kenya is coming from?
Now the word Kenya comes from Mount Kenya, but the word Kenya in Mount Kenya was not Kenya. It used to be an ethnic term called Kerenyaga.
Kerenyaga?
Kerenyaga.
Enyaga?
Kerenyaga.
Kerenyaha?
Close enough, yes. But the British people could not say that. So they made it easier on themselves and called it Kenya.
Oh, instead of calling
Kerenyaga.
Kerenyaga.
That was the name of the mountain. So that mountain is the tallest mountain in Kenya. So many people from different regions could see the same mountain and they had different names for it. So the majority, the largest ethnic group, the Kikuyu, they were calling it Kerenyaga because they were the largest. The British went with their version and changed it to Kenya, calling it Mount Kenya, hence Kenya.
And must it remain Kenya? Why can't you guys change it when you know that it's not from you?
It's not, but how do we change it? How do
You
we
can
make
call it Kerenyaga.
how do we make 54, 53 ethnic groups agree to my language to be called the country's name? So that because of that, and Kenya is now it's a Swahili word also. So people just agreed with it. They said, okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, Smith, your country is what?
The first name for Liberia was Christopolis.
Christopolis.
Yeah, that was the
The
first
Christian name.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
God.
In 1821, 24, like that. Then after they changed it to Morovia, then during the colonization time, they changed it to Liberia. Yeah,
And what does that mean?
18,
Does it mean people, but people were living there before, right?
yeah, that's
So what does that mean then?
they were living there. That's what the name they used to use. They call it Christopolis at that time. In the Stone Age. Yeah.
So why are you still answering it? Why can't you change it?
They changed it already to Liberia.
Liberia meaning what? Liberia is still
the
English
land
name.
of free.
Liberia is still English name.
Yeah, the land of free.
Who's changed it?
The white people.
So, Chid, do you have any concern? So white people change it and you are still answering it today. By the way, your name is Smith, and your name is Benedict.
Yeah.
So many English names,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're answering it
Yeah.
today. Just like I'm answering Emmanuel. I just want us to see it.
Yeah, the logic.
So, Edu, any comment?
Well, then Nigeria did not have a unified name.
And now he has it,
Yes,
and you're answering it.
yes.
Because you have no choice, right?
Because I don't have choice. It was known by the various kingdom, empires before.
Who told you this? AI.
Yes, before the before the wife of Lord Lugard in
Somebody's wife.
Yes.
and just name this black monkeys Nigeria, and we are carrying it.
Lord Lugard in 1897, and the name Nigeria was derived from River Niger. Yes.
And today you're very proud of it, right?
Well, I'm supposed to.
So with all the leadership, with all the struggle in that giant of Africa, we have not been able to find a name for ourselves other than what we were given.
I think we are working on that.
You are who? Okay.
My country.
My people, as Okaracha. Okay, so the fact is that we are trying to link society as it was before, and the way they were congregating before, interacting before, and then trying to juxtapose it with what is happening today. And then so that as a student of peace studies and diplomacy, we may see ourselves trying to negotiate, and we may always try to be in between two parties in one way or the other. So, but the point is that we're supposed to be aware of going back to the root, the foundational aspect of any problem. Because think about even in Nigeria, as we're talking about Nigeria, talking about Liberia, talking about Kenya, talking about Afghanistan, you see? It's because of this stage that some people are there already and they're naming this particular thing, and then other people came, call it colonial masters, and they changed their own history, changed their own way of life. And at the end of the day, as if that was not enough, they had a meeting, they had meetings here and there, one conference to another conference, and then partitioned some people, some societies, and then named some of them whatever they want to name them. And that is what today you are calling your country, in my own view. Any comment? And that is what you are calling, you are going with the passport of which that you may have been named. But there's nothing wrong in my own view, but just for you to be aware, as a student of international relations and politics, so just to be aware that in actual sense, the name you are answering in your country now, in this particular stage, was never in the case. It was just formulated. It was not given in some people, just like in the case of Nigeria, given by someone and his girlfriend. They say it's because of Niger. That the same thing you say Karenyaga. The same thing is in my state. There's called state called Anambra, from Anam. The origin of all these states and all these names, they are not far-fetched. You can always find them. But the point for you to be aware that it started as a society and then moved on. So now, in the first stage, the humans are supposed to begin their life. It was known as Old Stone Age. It began 2 million years ago. In this stage of development, humans used to live in jungle and caves. They lived in groups and their lives were in danger. They hunted animals for their food. I wonder how they survived, by the way.
They were borderline animals.
They were also, can you give Mike, let me understand? I wonder how the society survived with all these dangerous animals.
During the Stone Age, from my understanding, in my opinion, the man that you see there was borderline animal. So because of that, they had this need to survive. The same way the instinct of an animal is to survive. So during the Stone Age, they didn't even have fire at this point. So that means they used to eat raw meat, like an animal, like a lion would eat, kill and eat. So they used the resources they had to just make sure they get something. But when fire came in, it made them better because now they could make weapons to hunt and they could sharpen them using the fire. And then they had light at night, so they could hunt at night. And then they could take the same meat and cook it, right? So during this time, man is not as developed as you'd imagine them to be now. Think of a man that time as a borderline animal, but slightly smarter than the animal. It's true.
Anyway, we are all animals anyway, but brute, we call it intelligent animals, not brute animals. That is wonderful analysis. Any other person? Anything? So first stage, they use leaves and barks of trees to cover their body. They had no idea of cultivation and permanent settlement. Their livelihood was completely dependent on nature. In earlier days, they used stones to lit a fire, whereas the humans of this age have learned to use fire. They also learn to work together. This is a starting stage. Remember, if you understand these stages, you understand the stages of a nation as well. Because just like Smith gave an example before, a child that needs support and is trying to align it with Africans as different nations in Africa that always need support from other countries, developed countries. Even though I was asking the question, well, how come that we are not developed as well? Okay, second stage. This was a time when people learned to hunt animals. Stone was their main weapon. The society was much developed than previous. As the population began to grow, more and more people started to live together to maximize resource utilization and provide adequate safety. In this stage, the first civilization of the people emerged. Are you seeing that? They started living in a group as they found it was threatening to roam alone. Get it now. The Stone Age and then second stage, first civilization of people emerged. Now they are starting to think differently. They started living in a group as they found it was threatening to roam alone, just to move around alone. So they now, are you sensing gathering of people as a state? It started to be linking it. They started living in a group as they found it was threatening to roam alone. People started using animals to help them in their work. They also killed animals by chasing them. They started constructing homes. They also started making pots for their use. You see that? Do you have any comment? This is the second stage. Look at it, it's growing. The third stage. The face of the development was gradually changing. In the third stage, people learned to cultivate crops. They found that riverbanks are suitable for the cultivation of crops. The riverbanks were fertile and yielded more crops. They also started building dams. This led to the planned way of farming. The life of white settlement led to settling at one place, from family, community, and society. They started domesticating animals so that they can kill them at the time they choose for meat. Are you see that? Stone Age, hunting age, agricultural stage. Along with the passage of the third stage, the people became tired of living a dangerous life lived by the earlier society. So people started constructing roads to make their life easier. Wow. Industrial society. People invented potter's wheel and they modified their weapons using iron. Slowly, the way for industrial age was paved. They invented gunpowder and compass and printing press. People also established universities and colleges. Small villages grew into big industrial towns. Various inventions and discoveries were made, which helped in making human life easier. But industrialization categorized the people in the upper, lower, and middle classes. You see that? What is new here? Can you tell me? Stone Age, hunting age, agricultural age, industrial age. What is new?
Modification of people.
Huh?
What is new in this industrial society? Life became easier. We had classes of people as well.
Initially, they never had classes.
No,
History didn't prove that to us. Everybody was just
equal.
like normal people moving around. But in the industrial age, we now have professionals who are
Are you on mic so that we can hear you? No, I wanted to get what you're saying so that we'll not cut it off from the discussion.
So
What were you saying?
I was saying in the fourth stage, that's the industrial society, life became easier. We started having classes of people in the society. For instance, the professionals who brought about printing and other facilities that made life easier. There were colleges, people acquired education and the like. So there was just huge significant difference from that stage to the previous stages.
Wow, wonderful. Any other person anything to add? So hold it there as we move on and then we come back. The fifth stage, that is today. Wow. In today's modern society, the way of living and thinking has been highly influenced by the discovery of science. People work technologically. Development of medicine made people live together and longer. Development of transportation and communication have changed the life of people. Traditional family structure has changed. Wow. People mostly prefer nuclear family. Life has become more easy and comfortable. People live long, prosperous, and happy. So now, can we talk about this? How do you juxtapose this with our different cultures and wherever you are coming from? In this case, let's talk about Africa and Asia, Middle East, of course. No Western students is here at the moment. This fifth stage, the modern stage, everything got changed. Concept of family, concept of marriage, concept of life. So many things got changed. That's where we are today. But the point is that as we are experiencing these changes, how about those who are not ready for that? Nations that are not ready for that. Mike? Nations that are not prepared for that. What is the resultant effect?
The fifth stage, except in parentheses, today and modern society. Okay, so looking from the beginning where we started, origin, Stone Age, to today, the difference is that the world has evolved drastically. We now wear good clothes, and away from the clothes, the production of such have also been made easy via the industrialization from the former stage to even advanced industrialization in this present stage. So people live and think highly influenced by, and this that's the influenced by discoveries of science. So over time, discoveries, things have come up to make life more easier. Things that we could do before with difficulty, you could just do mass production of it in this modern age, as with all ease. People work technologically. People can even work from home now. Just a few years ago, give 10 years back, 15 years back, people must be there to deliver the work. The mailman might have to, maybe 20 years back, 30 years, the mailbox, you have to go to post office. Now, real time, your email drops to you on your lap, you chat and someone receives. You pick up your cellular, what used to be called before is now cell phone now, handset. It's easy. Development of medicine. People died before for what even in the Stone Age they would say, oh, it was witchcraft. But these days we find out there are medicines that could take care of a whole lot, you know. And transportation. We're not just talking about evolution from walking to horses and camelbacks, and then land vehicle came. Now we're not just talking about even aeroplane, the wonders of the world. We're talking about driverless vehicles this time around, evolving differently from different power, from fuel to solar to electric, EVs, and the rest. Nuclear family. Those days, people were, extended family was actually emphasized because the more the family, the more hands will be on deck, the more you have more labor to help you till the land. But these days, you don't need to produce a lot of children again to go till the land. We've gone to the era of tractors, and even now we have escaped the era of tractor. You have unmanned planters, unmanned harvesters, you have drones sprinkling fertilizer. So you don't need extended family no more. So nuclear family, the world have really evolved. I rest my case here.
Wow. Okay, so now I would like us to think about it. This fifth stage, is it better than the stone stage? If yes, how?
Okay. I hope I still have the mic, sir. Permission?
Yes, we can start with you to Smith, to Chelsea, and then we'll go back again, summarize it as a class as this topic ends. This fifth stage, look at what it says here.
Yes, sir.
The way of living and thinking has been highly influenced by discovering of science. Women are no longer seen dying off during the childbirth, and so many things that came up. People work technologically, as you said, as you rightly pointed out. Things are easier. Nowadays, in fact, AI can do a lot of things. Development of medicine made people live longer. I would like to know whether the medicine of today and medicine of that time, which one is more effective? Development of transportation and communication have changed the life of people. So the communication today and then, which one is more effective? Traditional family structure has changed. The family now and family then, which one is more effective? The marriage now and marriage then, which one lasts? People mostly prefer nuclear family. Nuclear family means me and my wife mentality. I hope I'm getting it. Yeah. Okay. That the nuclear family now is better than the extended family then. Life has become more easy and comfortable. Wow. What evidence do we have that life now is easier than then? People live long, prosperous, and happy. Wow. Do you really believe this? That today people live longer than then? Okay, so may I hear your contributions?
Okay. So there's a lot to unpack right here. If what Professor have just listed right now were to be exams question, it would be like number 1 I to Z, you know. But whatever the answer is going to be today, I just want to let us know that this will remain a subject for debates over time, depending on who and from what point of view. And as we pick them one by one, actually. But the important thing is that everybody wants that easy life pays. Why must you suffer? Instead of bending your back, things are done easily now. So I take it from the top again.
Then let me come in. Easy now, and we enjoy it, but then they live longer, are they not?
Yes, those are the matter of factors. There were things that were, those days, at the time it was all about survival. The making of a man is to grow into adulthood, be in some culture, initiated into man or adulthood, or the fold of the men, then find a wife or a betrothed already, have a farmland, then have children. And then your children will follow that path to have their own children. Have farmland, just have a roof over your head and your farmland and your animals, that's all. But these days, the need of man has seemed to swell, that the more you're trying to meet up, the more it is going. Those days, there was at a time, according to history, it was trade by barter. You just use what you have and you get what you want. Though those ones have their own debates too. But right now, the values have changed. Life have moved. And then at the end of the day, it will be advisable you move with the world. Because in the development of the society, don't forget we're discussing development of the origin of development of society. Societies that used to be independent on their own. People used to be happy, have their festival, yam festival after farming period, meet their king, go to the palace, dance, go home, sleep with their wife and children, and that is it. All of a sudden, some other people now arrive on the ship, and now things change. I like to know that, oh, this is no longer give me yam so that I give you cassava. We have to take human being. And then things evolved from then. Happiness was redefined. And then over time, abolishment of slave trade came. And then man got to find out that, oh, apart from exchange of trade by barter, they have introduced there could be money. Then hence all the manillas, coins, and these days where we are, we even have Bitcoin right now, part of the development. Things change. As some of us were still looking for, there were some of us, for instance, when we were young, we look at our father's property and say, oh, when I grow up, I will just have to have something like this, that I will own a car like my father. You find out that we're grown up now, and that car you were looking at might be built to a 1404. You find out that that is no longer a desire for anybody. Things keep moving up. So let me run quickly from there. Technology, ease of doing things, mass production is now there. I don't know how to move it. Then to medicine is very critical. Yeah, people eat organic food then, yes. What about now? Okay, things change, but there are medicine to still keep people. Those days, people die in labor. Something as easy as that. Someone could have headache and then there's nothing, and then he burns, turn to fever and the rest. Cough. Places like Africa were once termed the grave of the white man. Mosquito, malaria. These days, Africa is inching very close to eradication of malaria entirely, thanks to medicine and societal development. But what's the next one again? I'm trying to move quickly because, you know, development and transportation. I just talked about unmanned driver now, driverless vehicle. We're not even talking about the cars we were praising then or wanted to get. It's the one that is driverless. You just call it, come and park before you. Then going back to the same farm that people have to bend their back. Kubota farm is not far from here, right here in Thailand. The exhibits, do exhibition of their Thailand, Japan, oh, no advert. So what do? You see unmanned planters, unmanned harvesters, and so many other things. Drones sprinkling fertilizer, pesticide. You don't even, maybe you just have to need one man in one monitor pressing the buttons, and all these things do themselves. And then you have bumper yield at the end of the day. In fact, the rice we checked at the time was every 3 months. That means in a year, the particular farm could produce rice 3 times in a year. Whereas those days, maybe these things are once in a year and we'll gather and dance, and then in front of the king and the palace. Things have changed. People prefer nuclear family, yes. Now, with needs changing and priorities changing, we no longer need crowd in the farm to go as labor. There are machineries to do that. And now, in this modern day, people will go to school to chase several other life goals. And then you'll find out that the more children you have now, those days, more labor means more production. These days, more children means more labor and more production. These days, more extended large family means more expenses, and then inability to even meet up to the need, and which will even affect their present day living due to the cost of living and so on and so forth. However, I want to conclude that the world is evolving and moving. The best advice is to evolve with the world, move with it, get the positive we can get out of it, adjust to the ones that we have to adjust. Thank you very much.
Wow, wonderful. That is great. Okay, so Chelsea, can you team it for us? First stage and final stage. Which one do we think are preferable and more effective, and why?
Easy. The fifth stage, or rather where we're going to next,
Yes.
would be more comfortable. If you look at technology advancement, if we look at, I quite disagree that people used to live longer then in the Stone Age. Quite the opposite, actually. They used to die younger. Malnutrition, injuries, no medication, so many things in the Stone Age when they were still like animals, right? But now we have people who live past 100 years with the right resources.
Where are they? Because if you mention someone 100
People,
years,
100
it means that it was an effect of the past years.
Yeah, but
not
what
today.
has kept them till now?
Yeah, but what
the
kept them
technology
till now is we cannot claim that it's because of today, because look at their
If their life was still back in 1900 where they were fighting world wars, would they be alive?
I wouldn't say because of that. The point is that what kills us, sometimes some
Yes.
biologists or psychologists, they say sometimes it depends on what we eat and depends the kind of food we consume. But in their own time, they mostly eat natural food, as you just mentioned.
Yes, but
and it
how
may
can
have sustained them.
sustain them? But
And the
how
kind
can we
of
talk
life they
about
were
that?
living then and still lived up till now to
Now.
meet us to this to the point of this age is something that is commendable. We cannot attribute it because of today.
And
I
we
think
cannot.
so.
I think, yeah, I agree with you, but I also think the same can be said for us. Because if we are in the modern fifth stage, right, then none of us has reached 100 yet. Maybe when we reach 100, we can say because of the technology and medicine during the fifth stage, it has made us last longer till we've seen 2300, or what is the next year? Century, 2300, right? Yes. So life is better in today's world than it was then. In terms of development of medicine.
You mean that we don't die? But some people say we die earlier enough than then.
But if you don't die and you reach 2300, then you can attribute your reaching 2300 to the fifth stage because you're a product of this world. Because no one has reached it there yet. Because we are still in the journey. We're still on the process. Make sense?
Very well.
Okay. So until somebody gets to that year, then they will. Yeah. Okay. In terms of transportation and communication.
Even in terms of marriage.
In terms of marriage. Is marriage better
the
now?
The kind of divorce we get today, do we get it then?
No, but the kind of freedom that comes with the marriage that we have now, did you get it then?
Well, then was there no freedom then?
No. Now you can have an agreement with. Yes. Back then, if you go to Europe 1900, the women. The marriages back then were very, how do I put it in a good way?
Then and now.
Now the marriages are free. When I say free, I mean if we get married, I can decide to divorce you and we divorce and move on. But
was it not then?
If I divorced then,
but
then it's a shame to the community.
Leave the man and marry another person then.
No, but it's a shame to you as a woman, as a community.
But the point is that they still get away and then get married.
No, but the point is marriages then were harder to navigate than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we have consensus. We have, you talk with people and
Of
everything.
course, we're talking from African point of view.
Even in an African point of view, that's exactly the point of view I'm talking from. Yeah. Even if we talk about from a Western point of
So
view,
in other words,
they
you're saying
have
that everything
established
about fifth stage is okay.
is okay. Actually, the sixth one might be even better.
That's our view.
Yes, the cyber one might be better, and I'm speaking as a Gen Z, so that is better than this one of millennials.
Okay, Smith. What do you think? The life then, marriage then, transportation then, first stage and the fifth stage, which one is better?
In my own point of view, the first stage, I can say it was much better in some sense. During that time, they used to pay rent. Our people, they used to pay rent. Yeah, you know.
I hope you're not owing rent. I hope you're paying their rent.
Yeah, they used
I hope your landlord has not locked their door.
they used to kill the meat. They kill animals. They roast the meat and eat. You don't have to go in the market to go spend money. You see, so the pressure, you know, it was not so high. And on the technology side, on the fifth stage, right now we have more technology. During those days, people used to walk a lot. If you want to go and see your friend, you need to walk. You can't get on bike, you can't get in car. You see, so and they really work hard, but they didn't work smart. Compared to now, we are working smart. We are not working hard. You see, so if on the transportation issue, we have the best transportation now. You can travel from here to Nigeria, Liberia in the plane, or if you want to ride ship, you can ride ship. During those days, you can't see plane.
But do you think those people in old days, they live longer than today?
During those days, people live longer than us.
Do you think in those days they live healthier than today?
No, they didn't live healthier.
If they don't live healthier, how come they live longer?
Yes, you. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. Or you can have sickness in you. Okay, but if you don't have that depression, that sickness, it will be in you for a long time
without killing you.
Yes, but now depression takes you so quick, very fast. You see, young male of my age has stroke. Stroke, yeah. Those days you don't know what they call stroke, depression. No. You see, so the life now, we are smarter, but we don't work hard. Yeah, and the other one you talk about family. During those days, each head of the home has farm. Each head, the father. Each head.
But in those days, one man can marry 20 wives. But nowadays, if you marry one wife, the wife will tell, hey, you are cheating on me. Cheating on who?
Okay, you see, because I have farm. I can go on the farm. I bring food. And at that time, there was no rent, like paying rent. You know, so you are good. Yeah, so, you know, once I bring food, you eat, the next thing, sleep. You go to the river, you swim, you shower, you shower, you come home, you sleep. So life cost was so cheap at that time.
So is that why nowadays we marry more than one wife, but today if you do that, some people will say you are cheating on me.
Yeah, because now the white people change many things. Yeah, they change many things. Like,
so which one is better, marry more wives or marry only one?
Not more now, at least maybe 5. It's better. Five is better. You live longer.
If you marry 5 wives,
Yeah, you
live longer.
Yes, at that time. But
how
now,
about today? How about
today,
today?
it's not easy to marry more than 2
Why?
because even your job cannot, your job cannot certify the homes. Yeah, like taking care of them. That's why we look at the
Many
Arab.
wives are very strong. They don't even need you to take care of them sometimes
Yes.
nowadays. So what about
Nowadays, if
marriage?
you have a woman who, or maybe you have 4 or 5 girlfriends, they don't really need help from you.
But the point is that 4 or 5 more girlfriends, they'll be fighting, say cheating on me, cheating on me, cheating on me,
Yes.
putting pressure on the man, unlike before.
That's why I'm talking about. The depression is coming.
Who else? Okay.
Come back here first. I will argue that point.
Okay. So then and now, what have you to say?
Well, I prefer this fifth stage to stone stage because in this fifth stage, let's think of it. There is AI now that
This
will help
AI.
you. Yes, there is AI.
Thank God I don't
Yeah.
have an exam in this course.
There is AI now.
I hope you guys
that will help
are aware that there's no exam. Almost all my subjects, no exam. What I have is I have tests. Combine them. I think it's better than copying from AI and sending to me.
that will.
Yeah, you don't copy, but you just ask. You just ask AI and it gives you the answer. So all my subjects I need for this semester, I have to think whether I will ever be having an exam at all or not. So when I watch the video, then you think by yourself and write and submit. Then I grade based on that. And most importantly, I grade based on what we say in the classes and the active participation instead of AI participation. Okay, continue.
So in modern
So
society.
in other words, if you are thinking about exam in this course, of course I said it as no, but we have tests that I will check all and then consider that as part. Okay.
In today's modern society, there is AI that will help you even when you don't even know what to think or like how you go about whatever thing you want to.
We are really in trouble.
You can easily ask AI do this. He will, like within seconds, it will help you do that within seconds. But then there was nothing like.
And do you think AI is so advantageous in this context in terms of academic?
In terms of academic,
making you not to think, but think for you. And
no, it's not making you not to think. It's just giving you a guideline to follow up.
I'm not well
from. It's just giving you a guideline. Planning your own, and then you get a meaningful answer or
and then life becomes easier.
From whatever
assignment becomes easy.
Then in the Stone Age, there was nothing like AI. They are not even thinking straight the way they're supposed to think at their level. Then in today's stage, there is technology. Technology like a system.
You can be and be receiving salary from
USA.
From USA, okay.
Because of
who is giving you the salary when you have not worked?
You are working with your technology system, online, remote job. But in the modern age, then in Stone Age, there was nothing like technology that you use to work
and
from
you think having
home.
technology has made your life better than them?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, Colin, any comment?
Okay.
We are rounding up this part of the class. Then we'll start the presentation with Chelsea.
I just have to add a little to what Chelsea said because I think I completely concur with her. Because of everything, because I think this fifth stage, which is the modern society, is far, far better. Far, far better in all angles. To me, this is my own opinion. Because this modern society has made us, has made us to understand that there is a need to go to school. That is why we are here, so that you will not start thinking like in the Stone Age.
Wow.
I think what
The people that discovered all that we are using today, you say they don't think.
I think what they were just
All the things we are
based on
using today,
nature.
do you think they fall from manna? They are just like manna from heaven.
He said,
The kind of food you eat today, even as an Igbo man, the goosey and all those stuff, even cassava and the way it was fermented and all those
it
things.
was not them that created those things. Were
No,
plants
who
now.
did?
Those things, God.
God, who did?
God created those plants. It's plants. So
That's the problem. Because those people in my own view are really, they are scientists more than you and I. That just brought things
they
something out of
discovered
nothing.
it, even if they discovered it, but they didn't develop it to what it is today.
Even if it's not a
What
small
it is
thing,
today.
you have to accredit them. You have to respect them for being the people that innovators.
Of course, I gave them their credit. Of course, I gave them their credit.
Why are they not educated?
I have a question.
What do you mean by education?
I
That
have
is
a
the
question.
point. Because most of you think education as Western education as education.
I have a
Because
question.
the brain is a kind of colonial mind. It's like imprisonment.
Yeah.
How can you? Because most people think education is just because of this thing you're sitting here. You see? Okay.
Question. Yes, they came up with these ideas, but Collins is saying they didn't develop it because look at it for example, the person who made this light, wasn't there light before? Hadn't people discovered it before? But we credit Thomas Edison for producing it like this and developing to what it is today.
They started it.
But it was so. Why don't we credit them with that?
What it is today.
Huh? What? What's the work of the stone they use? Unlike that.
They did light. That is what I'm saying.
You cannot talk about development.
Wait, we need for somebody to be hearing. You can, if the class.
Yes.
When you talk about development, locally started.
Yeah, it started. Yes, it started. No one is debating that. No one is saying no to that. But who enhanced it to what it is today?
I'm saying so big brain.
I gave them their credit. But what I said,
Not make any attempt in trying to create something through critical thinking or discovery. You will not even know what it's like today. You understand? Now let's start from that angle. The first development. This is I will like to use the application of Heraclitus. Heraclitus' concept of change. Yeah. So he stated that change remains the only thing that is constant in this life. And that is why we have transitional processes from this evolution to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one. And if you look at the transitional process of this evolution now, you will find out that the people, if it happens that those people who critically think on how to invent, that is where invention started. If those people can be able to think something out from nothing, and it happens that they are the one who we meet today, let's say that nobody dies. Let's just have an assumption of this, that those people, they are not dead, and we still meet them today. They will bring out more technology than this one we are even enjoying today.
you are not sure. You are just assuming.
Now, let me even tell you, it's not even assumption. If they can be, do you know what is assumption?
Okay.
Creating something from nothing is not an easy task. These people, they created, these people you are talking about the light, they created something from something. These people who invented this, started now, they created something from nothing. So the people that even worked, labored, they are those, these things we are enjoying today are those ones that started from the Stone Age.
Think about food we eat.
You understand? Now, let's go to the food we eat today and the food we eat then. You will see that the food we eat today contain more of chemical that destroy human parts. Technology, if this particular topic is just a debate, you can tag it that technology has done more harm than good.
Yes.
At the other side, it has done more good than bad. Depends on your own view and how your argument can be solidified if you start debating on it. You understand? So this first stage, they geared to the development of we enjoying today. And mind you, change is not only positive form. Change still go wrong at the negative side. If you are talking about only positive, what about the negative aspect of it? Have we think the damages the technology has brought to humankind? That is number one. Because we talk about the communication, the transportation means, the agricultural that being advanced, but all these things, it has been happening in the early stage. Things we see as a stress today is not a stress in their own age. That's why they live more longer than us. Because, for instance, when there is no means of transportation, people walk far away and they ease themselves. That is an exercise. But today, you cannot. If you want to walk from here to here, you say, let me book a drive. And making you so reluctant to you every time you keep on, you keep on relaxing your mind, everything. You are not exercising your conscience. You are not exercising your muscular part. And it will keep on, let's say, accumulating more and more sickness on your body.
So you drive
You understand? No, not suffering. That is what technology has done. Let me tell you, before colonialism, because all these things happened before colonialism. Let me just bring apart the fifth stage. This development is not only at the economic side, but in the reasoning, because the psyche every human have now, if you see, if you scrutinize the psyche we have now, you will see that the ideology of the religious is even affecting us. Because we don't, this change doesn't affect only on economic part, but at the religious part. And technology get to the crisis we have today. If technology is not more modernized than now, let me tell you, there will be no like missile. Nothing, you can't even hear anything about atomic bomb. Those people that invented this, I will even argue that those people that started from this Stone Age, never go at the wrong side of the negative part of invention. Now, technology now we can invent bomb that we even a weapon of mass destruction that can cause the death of masses everywhere. The only thing it brought about this Western education, which is not the major part of education, because before the Western education came, we have been educating ourselves traditionally in a cultural view. Every state, every country has a means of educating themselves. Before colonialism came, because all these things come why colonialism arrived in our early stage, in our home. You understand? The modernization, even from the industrialization, the fourth stage is all about colonialism. That is when discovery, human being, they run around, let us dominate. Technology brings the idea of domination. Let us dominate these people, because when you think that these people are less privileged in economic and everything, you can dominate them. And you look now, those people now that are more technological advanced, check on their cultural values and everything. Compare that with your own. Which one is still stronger than today? Now we talk about marital issues. you see the rate of divorce we are having in our system today. In those days, women don't think about divorce like that. Women, they see their husband as their God. But invention era, this modernization era now, this modernization era has opened the eyes of the women, and they begin to see their husband as a Satan.
As a competitor. Yeah. You see, they're cheating on me. Cheating on what?
You are saying a reality. What we are arguing is this stage and the stone stage. Which one is better?
That is what we are saying. That is what I'm saying.
You are just saying a reality.
Now, let me even tell you. Do you know the reason? Let me tell you.
The first stage, you tell us.
What is your question now?
If you prefer the first stage,
I prefer the first stage.
You tell us why.
I prefer the first stage. You know, there was during the stone age.
What you are saying is a reality. What you are saying is a reality, which we all know. Okay. What you are saying is reality.
You cannot give all credition to this modern stage. That is my argument. No. You started it wrongly. You credited this. That is what Jesse stated here. That she loved the fifth stage. You say you love the fifth stage without crediting people who evaluated it. It's an insult to them. You see what we are talking, bro. You see what we're talking. You see women. Because of technology, they don't want to credit those people that invented those things in the past. You see the technology now. You see civilization. Civilization brought many bad things in mankind.
Are you making use of that technology?
What?
That technology they provide.
Even without making use of it, I can still survive. What are you telling me? Is technology my life? Is technology? But there was a means of doing that before. There was a means of doing that. You can write. Highest you say that it delays. The only thing that you can say now is fastness. Hello? Wait. The only thing that you're gonna say here is the fastness. The fastness. But the cycle you have today, let me tell you, if it happened that you existed during the Stone Age, your cycle will be very, very different. Your cycle will be more of positive impact.
There is merit and also demerit.
So what is the demerit there? What is the demerit?
And this modern stage, there is also merit and demerit.
Okay, tell me the demerit of the Stone Age.
The merit of the Stone Age is in the Stone Age. In the Stone Age, they do die early.
Who told you? So okay, why? How? What is the cause of their early death? What is the cause of their early death? Hunger. When there is a lot of animals.
It's not true.
Today, technology, because of technology, if you kill animal today, it's because they cry in the Western world. But during the Stone Age, we kill animal, we eat it, we feed on it. But today, go and kill animal in the Western world. Bro, we have a traditional way of killing that. Bro, no. In our own African system, I can't talk about the Western world. Let me even tell you. We have a means. Even the Western world, before they evolved from this production of tablet, even the tablet, bro, the tablet is even causing more harm in your body. Do you know? The tablet you are taking. If you wait, most of us don't like taking tablets. If you bring it where I say no, I prefer natural medicine. Because it will go to, let me tell you, it will go to your vein, it will enter everywhere. Self what?
Medication, yes.
What is self-medication?
Because in modern age,
Okay. Number one, the series of tests. Number one, what you will treat to, but then
there was nothing like hospital.
Okay, wait. And you say if you have headache, you rush to hospital, right? Now, one, expenses is there. Yes, now, yes. Now, but then there's no expense. You just go into the bush, bring more leaves, you put it together, so it will work out for you.
To die than
Nobody died.
to spend the money
They
for your
eat
life.
food. They eat fresh food. What we are eating today is a chemical. It's a combination of chemicals, bro.
There is
You
nothing
understand?
like good
They
food.
eat a nourishous food. If
So in this
do you know the kind of
there
food
is
they
nothing
eat
like
then?
nutritious food.
That time there is nothing like blood change, a lack of blood, because they feed on animals, they feed on protein.
Let's not start from the stone age.
Mhm.
Even as close as 50 years ago. We didn't have some vaccines that we have today. In fact, 50 years ago, there was no, antiretroviral drugs. There were no, I mean, if COVID or any other issue like that came up just maybe 100 years ago, there's probably no solution, no vaccines. In as much as we are not saying that, I understand your anger that they discredited the stone stage, but the fact is, all of us living here now, we cannot dispute the fact that we prefer it now. You can't even go back to that age you are saying you like. You can't go back there. If you go back there, you can't survive. You get my point. So my point in essence is they both have advantages.
Okay,
but we are all entitled to choose to where we belong. Me, I'm Gen Z. I like the fact that you get everything is sorted right now. I can earn online from content. I can do a lot of things. Some of us are lazy. We don't want to go to the office. But now we can work on social media. So I feel like it's just a thing of
let me
choice.
go to the angle of the health you stated here about the COVID. First, you have to ask yourself, what is the cause of this COVID? Most of the disease, most of the sickness we struggle with today is caused by the food we eat. It's caused by the hard drugs we take. But then the source is not there.
How do you know? Were you there?
Now ask yourself, what is the cause of that COVID? What is the cause of HIV? You see, technology brings all these disease.
HIV has been around before technology.
Technology brings all these disease.
HIV has been around.
You understand? You say HIV had been into existence at the Stone Age?
You're not talking about Stone Age. Most of your argument now is no longer
my
Stone
argument
Age.
starts from Stone Age.
No.
You understand?
No.
Because the comparison here, I don't want to deviate. No, I don't want to deviate from the line, from the track, because the argument here is to compare the first stage and the last stage.
But you didn't. You also said
check. Let us tell ourselves truth. The sickness we are struggling with today is either from the poor nutritional food we are taking in.
And you said technology.
Even the bad water we're taking in, you understand, that causes death.
Wait, just give me a second.
Wait,
but was there technology Stone Age?
Then we go to the stream. We fetch water, we drink. Because there is a changes in that stream. It transitioned. Do you understand? The water in the stream is more purified than this one we are taking. Now today, if you go to swimming pool, then we pour a chemical into it to purify it. But in that stream, there is nothing like purification of anything. Because it goes around. You understand? Now today, most people now, they don't go to stream again because we have pipe-borne water. You understand? People don't go there again. I can remember vividly when I used to go there, but because of the invention of technology, the Bible water, everything has been there. We do some lackadaisical things we do on our own that we don't even call it a stress. We now call it a stress, but it's just as a result of laziness.
I have a question. Hold on. I have a question. I have a question there. Now, you said your argument is first stage and last stage.
Yeah.
But then you keep holding the fact that technology is the cause of most of the things happening to us now. There is no technology in the first stage, yeah? So your argument now is not even first stage and fifth stage. I think it's fourth stage and fifth stage. Yeah. You get my point? So now, if you say there is technology is the cause for this and that, but technology was not there then. We're talking about right now. And again, talking about swimming pool and
purification. Right now, in this age we are now, it is very necessary to purify the swimming pool, because if you don't purify it, you catch diseases. You get my point? So most of the things we do now that you feel bring problems, it solve more problem than, you know. So it's just precaution. It's just precautions. It's just precautions, brother. It's not a fight or anything.
It's not a fight.
What I think is, at last, what I think is, if you prefer,
there is something called argument on the basis of fact. So relax your mind. We are not
and
fighting.
if you like,
I'm with you. You don't have to instigate it like I'm fighting.
no. Nobody is instigating.
Okay. Argument.
I have a question.
So that is when there's a comparison, there is an argument, bro.
I have a question. Are you being practical?
So whether you call it practical or academical, that is none of my business.
Because
What is stated here is academical.
It's just
your opinion.
Your
Your opinion. So that is why I asked the question. Are you being real now? Are you being practical? No, or you just want to answer academic question? Because if you now that I'm seeing now, you don't tell me you prefer the Stone Age or whatever, because you're not even there. You are here now, and the contemporary society you're living now is what you know. So everything you read about Stone Age is what you were told. You know what was written. So history can be biased. History is perspective. Whoever writes history, yes, whoever writes history is the history can be wrong, extremely wrong.
So history can go wrong.
Yeah.
You will read the history. It will be approved. Do you know that before any history?
Who approves the history? Who approves? Who approves the history? Whoever writes history is the winner of anything. History can be wrong. History can be wrong.
That you write.
The thing is,
It cannot be acceptable. If you write a wrong history, it will be bound.
Obi, my thing is,
It will be bound. So you don't say history can be going. It might go wrong.
the question where all this
No, I
started.
don't agree on that.
The question where all this started. Can I finish a question, a sentence?
I know where your anger is.
The question that started all this was, what is your opinion? That means Collins has a right to give his opinion and Smith has a right to give his opinion. But you're trying to convince us to believe in your opinion. No, it doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't. Hence why you're getting mad. It doesn't work like that. If I say I'm for the 5th stage, you should be able to say, okay, Chelsea, I respect your decision, but for me, I choose the 1st stage because of this and this and this. No.
Before I started this, there's a comparison here. The Stone Age and what? The 5th stage. You understand? When there is a comparison, there is a contrast, there is an argument, there must be debate. So you must come up with your own view. You understand? That is the thing. So this
Your own view. You said it yourself. You must come up with your own view. No. That's what you're trying. Hence why we're having an argument. Because wait, I'm not finished. No, wait, hold on.
No, you have
argument on the basis of fact. You understand?
No, you have to, because you're standing. Then I'll stand too. No. No. My issue with you since the beginning has been the same. When people are giving their opinion, there's no need to bring the argument during that time. Wait for your turn. The microphone will come round. You will be able to tell us why you choose the 1st stage, not the 5th stage. The microphone was here. Do you know? Because of this, we wasted like 30 minutes.
You have my view.
No, your turn was not yet. Wait. You wait. That is why you wait.
Wait for your turn. Let him finish. But
this is a class or you must.
I don't trust you.
Now we wasted 30 minutes because of you. We're gonna get out of here late because of you. And this argument.
so strong. It is strong. You could have defeated me. And I will not come up with that argument again. Isaac. This is logical.
Next time, just wait for your
No, when I no, you don't tell me no. If I want to suggest, if I want to,
That's when it gets your
when I
turn.
said, let me tell you.
That's when it gets your turn. You
said
not said what you want to say.
When I said I have something to say, Bronx would have said, don't say anything. I will hold my mouth. You understand? There are people who are not wait, don't even put it on me. There are people who are not limiting their time. So you don't have to put it on me that I should wait.
No, hold on. When you get to your turn.
No, you don't need to say that. Why? Why? Why?
Hello.
What if it doesn't really get
I'm gonna something before.
Hello. Hold on. When you get to your turn, you now say whatever you want to say. When we are joking, we should be serious, okay? What it's your own opinion. I'm okay with that. So don't force me to listen to your own opinion. That's your own view. Don't force me to listen to your own view.
Because I'm trying to add my view, you started, let's say, interpreting me wrongly. Because I chose the old story, the early stage of
Ask
life.
yourself, why did
You
you
understand?
say about Smith and he's of the same
You will go
idea?
back to that early stage. You will go back to that stage.
I will use like 100 years.
And you use
Because
leg.
now,
And you use leg to come to Thailand.
75, just which one is increasing and which one is decreasing?
Unbelievable. So what is the benefit of living? Just see how you are making money. Just is presenting.
My presentation will be 10 minutes and I'm over.
But people are enjoying it. People are commenting. That is interesting. You know, this guy is a politician. He wants us to believe in his opinion, in his own opinion. Okay? It's okay, it's fine, but the problem is argue responsibly. Okay? I don't have to force you to believe in your opinion. I got to say, I'm going to go now. I don't know if you can tell me. This is it. Now, just this thing. I love this.
Have you seen how quiet it can be?
Since you're on the second, so if one you need to people are screaming. People are commenting. People are screaming. Okay, so all these ones you are done.
So how far? Okay, so let me round up the class. So for those of you listening, listening to what we have been arguing, we are talking about origin and development of human society, because we are trying to link it to the states, nation states, countries as we have them today. And we started by trying to look at first stage, often called Stone Age. And then from there, we looked at second stage, hunting and getting together of the society. Then from there, we now move to third stage. And then fourth stage, which is industrialized society. Then the final stage is where we are debating very strongly, because some of us believe that the first stage is not the best, and some of us believe that the final stage is the best. So that is the reason for this argument. And I do believe that some of you listening to what we're arguing about there, you may have your own view, you may have your own point, and then you can put it on comment section in case if you want someone to learn more. Then again, let us not forget that this class is on peace and governance. Any observation?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I want to say something on these stages.
Okay.
I came in and I was following online before I came in. So, in my own opinion, I think if the first stage was so wonderful and so good, there wouldn't be need for the second stage.
We wouldn't have needed the second stage.
Yes. And
that is why it's development.
Yes. So,
but at the same time, it doesn't mean that the first stage is stupid.
It's not stupid. It's actually an evolution.
Because
right?
we cannot talk about the first, the fifth stage first without
the first stage
crediting what the first stage did.
Yes, you give credit. But
innovation.
If it is so perfect, or it is so,
we're not talking about perfection.
Okay, if it is so,
but you cannot do without it, and you cannot say that without them you will be. In
there's
Africa,
foundation for everything.
In Africa, there's a philosophy of, I mean, the philosophical statement we used to say, I am because we are. If we are not, I wouldn't be there. And again, there's this issue of efficient cost. If not because of the parents, you wouldn't be here. So the point is that no matter how we claim that today's stage is perfect, we can never neglect the first stage.
Yes, and I agree. And I acknowledge the first stage. But my point is, if it is so, if it is so wonderful, there won't be need for all these stages. Would have just remained on that. That's
why it's a development, but development does not mean.
Hello. That is why the need for
maybe Emmanuel will answer it. I wanted to round up the class.
Why would there be need?
So let Emmanuel answer you because he has a better point. Maybe you stated your point clearly, but you just diverted it to some point. You know, it's not making sense, bro. When you say that if it's so perfect, so it means that your growth is not perfect, right? Yes, because look at your age. Wait, hold on. Look at your age last 15 years ago. Are you not telling me this is where you are? That is why Heraclitus say that change is the only thing that is constant.
Okay,
so
I agree.
There is not, you don't have to say if it is so perfect. These people went on discovery.
I agree.
And along discovery, there must be what transition. That is what we call change. And it spanned from ages to ages. It's a technical process.
I agree.
You understand? So you don't need to argue if it is so perfect. It's an erosion, you know. You don't need to make such word because these people are trying to invent something that will be more and more meaningful. And there is a continuity in the invention. So you don't need to say if it's so perfect.
Okay,
no.
your point is noted.
It's a wrong choice of word.
I will continue with my thoughts, and what I'm saying is that the first stage is the beginning, and in everything there must be a beginning.
Yeah.
So more stage. Yeah. So that is why it's called growth. Yeah. So you don't grow backward, you grow forward. So for me, if you ask me to pick, I would say the fifth stage is is better. Yeah, if you ask me to pick, because just like I said earlier, you don't grow backward, you grow forward. So if ever there will be another stage, it will be better than the fifth. Yeah. So that is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that the first stage is not good. It is good. We have passed that stage. So that is my point.
Okay.
In as much as we credit the fifth stage very, very well, let's just still remember that it still have a very negative impact in the society. So even at the early stage, the kind of negative impact this stage has, the early stage don't have it, you know? Bro, let me tell you, this modern age, let me tell you, do you know why there is crisis in the world? Do you know why there is wait? Do you know why there is crisis in the whole world? Do you know why? Wait. Okay, let me give you this concept. The more industrialization, the more destruction. Do you understand this? The more industrialization, the more destruction. You understand? Now, what? And boss, people are still surviving. Bro, people are still surviving. And they are growing. And they live.
Excuse me.
You understand? What I'm saying is, no. See, I'm not condemning the fifth stage. You are misunderstanding me. I'm not condemning the fifth stage. But I'm telling you that the kind of great negative impact we have today in this modern world is more than the stone stage. You know, you just compare that. The only thing that you're going to tell me is that there's no fastness in development. You understand? But let me even tell you, start from the time the crisis of war geared. Let me even tell you, the First World War, Second World War, what happened? Do you know it's because of industrialization? Because people can have access to bomb. Country can manufacture a weapon of mass destruction. If these things we are not advanced, let's say we are at the Stone Age. Tell me, who will go on war? Who will bomb? Who will send misery?
Okay, let us round up the class. Thank you very much for those watching us from wherever you are watching us from. We are saying that we are coming to an end in this kind of a debate. Students are free to say their mind, and then you are also free to comment whatever you think is your own mind as well. So the class is a kind of an interactive section, and is an interactive one. And of course, I always try to remind us that education is just coming to the classroom to expose your ignorance so that you learn. And that is why we are all here. Myself, I'm also learning. Every student here, I believe that we are all learning. So thank you very much for today's class. We meet again next week. Thank you.
It's okay.